Good evening, afternoon.
Afternoon, everyone. That epic pay-per-view that company has in May has come and gone.
Yes.
And it was not as horrible as we all thought it would be.
I never thought it would be bad. I think I was very clear all along saying I think this is going to be the best ever. Wasn't I?
I don't think you ever said that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
But
So anyway, first thing that happened. We're just going to go through this briefly. Give some thoughts on it.
right. So
First match of the night.
and whatnot.
Was John Cena versus JBL. And I was kind of shocked that this was the first match of the night. I figured, the Golden Boy would be, at least in the mid-card of a pay-per-view.
Well, okay.
But
Opening match is usually pretty important.
yes, but
Anyway.
this match was not very good.
That's the problem. Oh.
So Cena gets the win, and I'll tell you the problem that I have with this. And you all know what I think of Cena, and I'm sure somebody out there's going to leave me a nasty hate comment for it, but it's okay.
No.
The company right now, Triple H is the champion. Triple H is the face. Randy Orton is the top heel on Raw. He's already, come and gone, but we'll get to that in a minute. So they need to elevate another heel. I don't think Umaga's going to get elevated in any way. I think Kennedy is becoming a face. JBL was the prime candidate for that spot, and having him lose to John Cena just kind of, crushes some of his credibility. Which makes it harder to see him up in that upper tier. Not that I want to see JBL there, but we need some variety. We need somebody besides Randy Orton again.
I am on the fence about this whole face turn with Kennedy. I'm not sure that his behavior in the last couple of weeks has... I don't think we should call this a face turn. If a heel gets in the face of another heel, it doesn't make him a face for getting in the face of the heel.
What?
Just because...
I
see what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying there.
So I say let's not... don't
But even
count him
if...
out. But you're right. He's
yeah.
still in the mid card, in the second tier, whereas we need a
So
top tier.
the next match of the evening was John Morrison and The Miz versus CM Punk and Kane. I'm wanting to call them by their real names, but I'm not. Anyway, John Morrison and The Miz get the win at CM Punk's expense.
Again,
not too pleased with that. I figured The Miz and John Morrison would win, and
the more I read some of the predictions and whatnot, the people who said that Kane and Punk would win, but with no title exchange, that started to make more sense to me than
I could have seen that happen.
But didn't happen.
Once again, CM Punk just takes a clean loss. It's becoming it's becoming just too much.
Right.
And when he does win, he's winning against people that no one cares about, like Chuck Palumbo.
That's not nice.
Well,
Chuck.
Chunk. So the next match of the night was
I apologize to Palumbo.
Chris Jericho versus Shawn Michaels. And this was a very good match. It was probably the best match of the pay-per-view, which was to be expected. Both these guys are very good in the ring. For those of you that may have seen them at WrestleMania 19, that was a very, very good match. And this one wasn't quite as good as that one, but it was still very entertaining. The gripe I had with this was no Batista. I thought we would see Batista, and we didn't.
Right.
So that makes absolutely no sense. Shawn Michaels picked up the clean victory over Chris Jericho.
Yeah, they could have done a little better if the whole point of this story was to get them in the ring together. They could have done maybe been a little more coherent with, the build-up to it. But they're both wonderful performers, and hopefully we'll get to see more of them, because I would like Jericho, of all people, to be pushed up a little bit, as opposed to, languishing where he is.
Yeah, I'm ready to see Chris Jericho get a big push. So the fourth match of the evening was the Divas match, the Divas Triple Threat match. And this was actually a fairly good match, for WWE standards.
Right.
It was no TNA knockouts match. God forbid.
Awesome Kong.
Anywhere near as good. But it was good. It was entertaining. All three of these ladies can wrestle in the ring. And Beth Phoenix and Melina did most of the fighting against each other. Mickie James picked up the win at the last minute. So, where do we go from here with the ladies?
I would like to see a Melina face turn.
Okay.
That's on my Christmas list.
Christmas might come early.
Christmas in July. Yeah, I mean, I think the good thing about Beth is that she's a solid wrestler, and so even though she's lost the title, I think we should keep her in the picture.
It's like I was telling Scott.
As if
it's like I was
have any
telling Scott
say
the other day. I would myself really personally like to see a match between Beth Phoenix and Natalia Nigenhargen Schmidt.
Because we have both,
Both of them can wrestle. Both of them have really huge thighs.
let's say voluptuous. I think that's fair.
Well, I would like to see that. I'd be willing to bet you that when I have the draft, some diva gets moved somewhere. I don't know who.
Wow, let's write that down. Can we bet money on that?
I
don't think it's gonna happen.
Kelly will probably go to Raw.
Which is
and
kind
probably
of sad.
Neidhart might get moved to Raw as well. You never know. Yeah, Kelly moving to Raw. They just need to cancel that. Forget about it.
I mean, she's a delightful young
She's
lady, I'm
adorable,
sure.
but it's really no. Sorry. So then the fifth match of the night was the Undertaker versus Edge, not the Edge, not the guy from U2, just
No.
Edge.
It took me a long time when I started watching wrestling that I'd have to hold my tongue.
Edge.
In my head, I'd be saying no.
Not the. Here's the problem that I have with this. We will more than likely, once again,
See another
match between The Undertaker and Edge. And me personally, I like both of these guys. They're both good in the ring, but I'm getting tired of seeing them fight each other.
Right.
They should have given the title to Undertaker tonight and let him move on to somebody else. It's one night stand. It doesn't have to be anybody big. It could have been like a Mark Henry, or just anybody. I just don't want to see them fight again. I want to see Edge move on from this. I'd like to see The Undertaker move on from this. But we didn't see that, and we'll more than likely see them fight each other again.
Right, but we've still got this story. Hopefully that's going to go somewhere. Hopefully Michael Hayes is going to come back, darn it. Save us.
They need him.
Save us, Y2 Hayes. No?
Yeah, it's not quite the same. Anyway, sixth match of the night was a surprise match. This is a last-minute match. MVP walks out to the ring, and he's complaining because there's no one for him to fight. He's not on the card. He's like, I'm better than everybody. That's not a good MVP accent.
But I can't get a match.
Not Barack Obama.
Oh, yeah.
So then Matt Hardy comes out and says, I've got somebody for you to fight. And then we hear this delightful music that,
Does it mean what I think it means?
Everybody go! I can type.
Yeah, you don't.
There. So Jeff comes out, and people start going crazy. Then they have a match. MVP does most of the work. It looks like MVP is going to pick up the win, and then to the last minute, Jeff does a whisper in the wind on MVP, pins him, 1, 2, 3, bam, there you go. Then they shoot up to William Regal in the stands, who does not have a happy look on his face.
Poor.
So I'm guessing they're going to set up some sort of Jeff Hardy-William Regal feud, which I think could be interesting. I'd like to see where they go with that.
If nothing else, I mean, it pushes Jeff right into the forefront of the story process.
So then the grand epic finale. It actually wasn't very good. Triple H versus Randy Orton in a steel cage. The problem with this was there was really no reason to have the steel cage element added to it because I didn't really utilize it that much. And predictably, Triple H picked the win.
Yeah.
So where do we go from here? What happens now, as far as Triple H is concerned? Well, I wouldn't be surprised if at One Night Stand we see another match between Randy Orton and Triple H. Because they've only got 2 weeks to build anybody up, and I don't think that's enough time to build somebody new up to face Triple H. So we'll probably see them face each other again. That's my guess, anyway.
Okay. Is there not a new baby on the way?
There is a new baby on the way. That is the big question mark right now. There's a baby on the way.
So that's why I think that maybe his time is short.
You think so?
Maybe. What are you eating there?
It's this nifty thing called a Curly Wurly.
We found a place to get curly whirlies stateside.
So anyway,
They're delicious.
that's our video for the night. You'll probably see us again soon with our Raw review.
Right.
And
And a Backlash song. Not Backlash.
Judgment Day.
Judgment Day song coming very soon. First, though, I've got to finish my Shia LaBeouf song, but after that, it's Judgment Day nonstop.
God.
We'll see you later tonight.
Peace, everybody.